Okay, well that wasn't quite as dramatic as I wanted it to be, but hello folks, welcome back to our Mod Spotlight series for Jurassic World Evolution 2. And despite Evolution 3 now being only a few months away, we are getting some incredible new mods for this game. The first one today of 4 Jurassic World Rebirth specific mods we're going to be taking a look at is a new D-Rex mod by Goji Center and Viral Cyclops, which adds, as you can see, a fully formed D-Rex into the game. We've got the weird beluga blob, we've got the T-Rex sort of skull shape underneath there, we've got the weird little front arms reminiscent of the Rex, those big bulky front arms, and just the general massive size, mutatedness, and it is rigged really well. It's very, very impressive considering how strange this thing is. How it's been made to actually work in this game is fairly incredible. We're going to pop out a few more of these so you can see some different colour variations. It comes with a whole bunch of patterns if you want to try and make it look a little bit more like the film version. As you can see, lots of different colour options in there. Tons and tons of colour options in there. Maybe we'll go for something more like that. And then let's go through some patterns here. You can go crazy with it. You can go fairly chill like that. That's probably more what you want to go for the movie accurate version. You want to get rid of the pattern for a film accurate version. But doesn't it look fantastic? I really thought this was something they were going to struggle with. They would really find it difficult to make it work and look realistic on one of the rigs in this game because it's so misshapen, this beast. It really is. But there we go. I mean, the front limbs work, the back limbs work. The middle limbs do not work, but I think that's kind of by design. Really cool to have this in the game. Could definitely do like a little Rebirth-inspired park, especially when we see the next 3 dinosaurs we have to release. Because next up, by the same people, by Goji and Viral, we have the Mutadon in the game as well. Now, I threw the pattern on this. It's given it like this skull sort of pattern over the head. I think once again, you probably want to do an unpatterned one for this one, and you want to use the Death Valley skin coloration. This one I don't think has worked quite as well, but the Mutadon is a very strange shape in reality. So it's not that dissimilar to the, again, very, very odd creature we have in the film itself. Let's do the same thing again. Let's take a look at a couple of bonus skins and such. So let's have a little look here. So you can see the pattern is for the head there, just the weird little skull thing. It probably does look best like that. That's more accurate to the film without anything on the head at all. Kind of just removes. Was it that one? I think it's that one, actually. That's a black one there. And then that's the default. So there you go. That is your more film-accurate Mutadon there. You can see lots of lovely details. We've got this big, thick neck area hanging down, kind of like the Spinosaurus's. You've got this sort of hooked beak at the front with all those sharp teeth, of course, jutting in there. You've got a bit of a ridgeline there with a raised up vertebra along the spine and the striping down there towards the legs. Let's have a look at those feet, just for people who are into that. But it's not over yet. Viral Cyclops isn't finished, this time with help from Draco Warrior and Game Videos for Life. And those 3 have come together to make a Rebirth Spinosaurus. This is, of course, just an alternate body morph for your existing Spinosaurus. Doesn't replace it or anything like that. It's just a body morph. And it's got all those details. Again, we've got the thick neck, the wider head. We've got that really interestingly coloured and shaped spine down there at the back that elongates all the way along into the big flappy paddle tail. I think it's a really cool Spinosaurus design. I really like it in the film, and I really like it here in the game as well. And the texture work on this skin is super impressive. Really, really top-notch work. That is a level above the other 2, in my opinion. That is really, I mean, look at that face detail. Looks incredible. And as per usual, we don't just have those skins. We've got a bunch of other options for the Spinosaurus. And by a bunch, I do mean a bunch. So if we come down to cosmetics set here, you've got your default Jurassic World Spinosaurus, but if we start to click through, you'll see a variety of different skins here. These are all individually chosen skins you can pick for the Spinosaurus, all pulling from various different other forms of dinosaur media or just designs they thought were cool. I mean, look at this thing. This is awesome. And then eventually, if we click through some of these, we go back to the movie skins, and there's actually 5 different movie skins depicting the 5 different Spinosauruses. Although I only saw 4 when I watched the film. I don't know if I need to rewatch it and pay more attention, but I only saw 4. We saw 5 and then I saw 4. It was very confusing. Anyways, so yeah, you can see them all here, and there should be like a bluish one. Yeah, a very cool one here. We've got one based a little bit more on the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, of course. And then a whole bunch more colours going along here. Really cool looking ones over here at the end. Just, yeah, fantastic looking mod. Beautifully coloured, beautifully modelled. Also, it goes onto the rig really nicely, as it should, because it is just a Spinosaurus at the end of the day, but... Are you dead, by the way? I think you've not moved. No, you're okay. You haven't moved in ages. Doesn't that look great? I'm obsessed with this T-Rex. I've got to admit. But yeah, the Spinosaurus is fantastic. Another really good addition. Man, I wish sound editing was more of a thing in this game. I think it got figured out very briefly and then it got broken again. It's just not something that's ever really been doable. But once again, by Viral Cyclops, Draco Warrior, and Game Videos for Life, we have this beautiful Titanosaurus mod. My personal favourite dinosaur in the film. Maybe not the dinosaur design itself, although I really like the design. But the scene that it's in was definitely the most effective one for me personally. So you can see we've got a lot of the details here. That really, really long whip-like tail, longer than the length of the body of the Titanosaur itself. We've got the striping down the neck there, a little bulbous bit upon the head. We've got the sail. These all come in a myriad of different colours. I've probably made these a little bit thinner because they are very, very thin and sort of translucent almost in the film, because they kind of look like, you know, like goldfish fins and stuff like that. I'd probably thin these up a little bit, but very cool all the same. Probably my least favourite of the 4, but that doesn't stop it being very, very impressive. A beautiful looking creature, really unique with that massive long tail and that really strong evocative striping, and of course the sail as well. And of course, because that's what these people do, we have a bunch of different skins for the Titanosaurus as well. When I remember the alphabet, I remembered the alphabet. So you see, if we go through pattern here, it changes the striping. We've got myriad colours for that. And then we can change the body colour as well and get really colourful with it. Really mix it up with this one, as you can see. Right, we're going to stop looking at dinosaurs for a minute because dinosaurs are stupid. We're going to go look at some new decorations. So another mod by Viral Cyclops, this time commissioned by William Smart 23. This is the Xenozoic Scenery Pack. Really cool if you're going to use other mods to add mammoths and smilodons and such to the game. Yosoba's got tons of mods that add that kind of creature, as do a few other people. And it adds a really cool set of decorations, including one that I think you're really going to like, but we'll show you that one in just a second. So first of all, we've got a mammoth full skeleton and a skull as well that you can attach to your walls. We've got a little Smilodon skeleton over here on the left-hand side. Really nicely detailed. I mean, these all come from Sketchfab, but they've been brought into the game really nicely. We've got a Terror Bird statue. We've got a sort of animal skin tent. We've got a few stone benches as well. We've got a stone archway. We've got a crumbling concrete wall. It's kind of like the Malta one we already have, but concrete in coloration. And the best bit is this. This is 2 new decorations. We've got a new aquarium item, which isn't just static. You can see there the caustics of the water sort of rippling nearby and on the edge of the glass. And then inside, you've got the mega piranhas swimming around, animated. You can see them, you know, little wiggling their little tails around and such, actually swimming around the environment. Of course, you could use this aquarium for other decorations and stuff like that as well. There is an aquatic animal decoration pack out there, or you could put a statue in it or something like that. Who knows? But either way, really, really, really cool stuff, this one. And the fish do come as separate, so you can kind of choose if you want to include them, if you want to include something else, or how you want to put the fish in. And just to show you that, there they are. There's our mega piranhas swimming around. Again, looking pretty fantastic. Really nice addition to the game. This is something I would have loved to see in Evolution 3. It doesn't look like Evolution 3 is going to go in that direction, but it's definitely something I'd love to see more of in the modding scene. But that's not it for cool decoration mods. We also have Isolated Lagoon decorations by Viral Cyclopes yet again, and this time commissioned by Triclaw Gaming, and it simply pulls several aspects of the lagoons out so you can then use them as decorations around your park. Technically, you can sort of already do this if you use Kai's tools, but this is obviously an easier way of doing it. So you've got the banners here with the various flags. These in particular, I think, would be really cool laid around the usual park. You know, these are nice Jurassic Park banners. This one on the right in particular, I think, is really, really cool. And they'll look really good just on your streets and outside your shops and stuff. We've got the planter. We've got the sails as well. And then we've got a wooden light thing. And we've got a variant on the burning torch display. So another huge bunch of decorations. I'm just going to show you my decoration tab. It's getting a little bit unwieldy. This third tab in particular, look at how tiny the scroll bar is. Now, if I just start scrolling down, and I don't think I think there's more scary face statues out there, for example, I could download. I've got nearly everything, but not quite everything. But 90% of that is from mods. It's crazy. Right, well, I suppose we should look at some more dinosaurs. I guess. With one of my favourite packs ever invented, this is the Deinonychus Cosmetic Pack by Game Videos for Life, and some of the skins were made by Daubeny, I believe. This adds 26 new skins for the Deinonychus, lots of them pulling from famous media throughout history. For example, this is Primeval. Over here, we've got one based on the 1990... I mean, that is a beauty, isn't it? It really tampers down some of the weirdness that the Deinonychus inherently has in the build when you just give it these beautifully done skins. That's from our 93 Velociraptor. This is one of my personal favourites, the Basilisk, an absolute beauty. Fell in love with this on Twitter. I'm really glad to see it in game now. Got one based on Institute, so Jurassic Park Institute website, I'm assuming, and one as well, of course, based on the 2001 male Velociraptor. But there's a few more of these, and I'm going to show you a bunch of them in just a second. But look, I think we all know Deinonychus is not likely to survive the transition to Jurassic World Evolution 3. In fact, if I had to bet on a single dinosaur that wasn't going to survive to Evolution 3, I would probably pick the Deinonychus, which is potentially the most controversial design in the history of evolution. But I've always had a real soft spot for this thing. I've always really liked it, even if it's a bit strange. I say always. I will concede that when it first got revealed, I did a video slating it. I literally did a video just about how much I hate the Deinonychus. But that was a long time ago, and I've changed my mind. That's Jurassic Park 3 female ones. Really, I get fantastic skin work by GVFL, as you would expect, quite frankly. Very cool. There you go. Look at that. What an awesome looking thing that is. I mean, it looks like a mutant dinosaur, but it's a really cool looking mutant dinosaur. I really like it. Yeah, very good stuff. Okay, so we've got a default, and then let's go through some of these various skins. I'm sorry I can't really show these off better individually. We'll be here for 1,000 hours, but you can see this huge myriad selection of fantastic varied skins for this thing. The 93 JP, oh, got Tiger Raptor in there as well, of course. Got two variants. We've got a blue one, as you can see. I think there's one for the entire... I thought there was one for the Raptor Squad. I think there is ones for the entire Raptor Squad. There'll be some of the ones that I've already clicked through. Just looks wrong. It looks so strange. I love it. Yeah, shout out to GVFL, bringing some love to our most misunderstood dinosaur. Right, I only have one more mod to show you. What I will say is there were a lot of fantastic mods from the last few weeks that I definitely wanted to showcase. There's a few that definitely deserve highlights. There's a fantastic Megaloceros mod, for example, but there's already so much going on in this video. I kind of wanted to hone in on some specific ones, like the Rebirth stuff in particular. I don't want to say I'm going to neglect those entirely, though. Next time we do one of these videos, I will go back and pick up some of the highlights that I acknowledge I have missed. Just want to say that right now. But This was a slightly weird thing. For some reason, the other week we had a Beckel Spinax Day, which was clearly a group effort from the modding community to release all their Beckel Spinax mods on the exact same day. I couldn't possibly tell you why that was the case, but it was. And now, as it happens, we have 4 different Beckel Spinax mods to take a look at. So let's go through these pretty quickly. I say Beckel Spinax, but this first one is actually Ultra Spinax, made by Glitch. Now, Ultra Spinax actually exists. It's a real dinosaur. Technically, Beckel Spinax no longer exists, and it's a synonym of Ultra Spinax, and it has now been folded into Ultra Spinax. So they should have called it Ultra Spinax in Chaos Theory. They shouldn't have referred to it as Beckel. This one is much more chilled than some of the other ones we're going to see, which are either based on the show or a little bit more aggressive. This is a much more naturalistic looking rendition here by Trippy, and looks pretty beautiful. It's a really interesting looking sort of mid-sized carnivore, like your Concavenator or your Cryolophosaurus. Of course, we've got that sort of double bump hump there at the back. We've got this weird little neck nodule as well. It's not trying to be based on the show or anything like that. It is just trying to be a generic Ultra Spinax you can bring into your parks with a myriad of beautiful colours. I really like this one in particular. Those bright blue, vivid, electric blue spots there along the sail. Very cool. If you wanted something more show specific though, then we have you covered with this mod by LP Godsey and Viral Cyclops yet again, and also Aldo Marine 19 and Game Videos for Life. I really collab this one. This was the Beckel Spinax Chaos Theory mod, not only coming with myriad other skins, but comes with a blonde and brunette version, as you can see, and these are the 2 that we do see in Jurassic World Chaos Theory. So if you really want one that's based on the show, this is probably your best bet. It has 2 dedicated TV appropriate skins, but we are going to see another that also covers the same topic. I will say this is really well rendered, really does look like this show creature come to life. Who knows if we'll ever get the show creature in Jurassic World Evolution, so it's cool to see that mods are going to cover that for us. I'd love to know how this conversation started, how they decided, oh yeah, we're going to release 4 Beckel Spinax mods in a single day. Who led this charge? Please drop some lore for me in the comment section. So we've got another one here that's again based more on the TV show. This is the Chaos Theory Beckel Spinax by Trip. Again, another really fantastic rendition. A little bit thicker maybe than the other one with a slightly smaller sail. I'd say this one and the one that we just had a look at are pretty similar in terms of quality and stuff like that. Here we're of course not looking at a TV skin. We're looking at a few different alternate variations, really interesting, strong pattern. This color, that is a really nice color combination. That's a beautiful 3 colors that I think goes together really nicely. But yeah, another really cool rendition. Big old banana boy over here. So this one, as I say, is by Trippy. But as I say, there are 4 of them. So here we have another Beckel Spinax by Master Doot. Again, it's not too dissimilar to the show with the spikes over here and the hump and everything. I mean, obviously the dinosaur looks like the dinosaur, but then it's got a very much more of a Doot theropod sort of skull shape and design over here. You would say this one feels a little more aggressive than the ones we've seen so far. It's not trying to be directly from the show. It is trying to be a Doot take on that dinosaur. Which is a weird way of saying anything really, but it's true. So I'm going to get all 4 of these together so you can look at them in harmony. So at the back we've got the LP Godsey one, second to that we've got the Master Doot one, next to that we've got the one by Trippy, and here closest to us we've got the one by Glitch. But either way, a very strange thing to have happened. It was planned, it was definitely on purpose as far as I'm aware, but very strange, but interesting, if nothing else. You're really cute. I really like this one, actually. It looks sad, doesn't it? It looks like a sad puppy. It's because it's got massive pupils. And that is it from me, folks. So we've got 4 fantastic rebirth mods. We've got 2 new big decoration packs. I mean, those Mega Piranhas in particular bring me much joy. A fantastic Deinonychus cosmetic pack, and then 4, for some reason, Beckel Spinax mods. Some really cool stuff going on. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Stick around on the channel for more Jurassic World Evolution and Jurassic World Evolution 3 very soon. We will be covering mods in Evolution 3. It's pretty inevitable, even if some of them are now going to feel a little bit less necessary because of those expanded building controls. But in the meantime, lots of other stuff to